My guy, Masters. The Masters is here. I'm watching it on our high definition television. It's fantastic. Now, you covered it a few times.
Yes.
I want to go. It's supposed to go COVID year. Still hurts, but I'm going to make it there at some point, I hope. Just what is it really like? How big are the, like, I love the high definition TV now and the cameras because we get to see the undulation and the hills and the greens. What's it really like there, though?
It's so hilly. Like, that's the biggest thing about the golf course that maybe now with 4K and everything else we're able to see. You don't quite realize it until you actually walk the course once or twice, especially for young, spry, fit people like three of us.
Uh-huh.
But I will tell you this, guys. Augusta National is like this piece of heaven, and Augusta, Georgia is like this piece of hell. Like, you walk inside those gates, it's this most magical place, and you walk outside, and it's just like strip malls and, like, you know, a long road. But one of the coolest parts about Augusta National, about going to the Masters, and there's only two places I've been to that's like this. It's when you go to the Masters and when you go to Wimbledon. Everybody's having the best day of their life. Everybody is checking off a bucket list item they've always wanted to do. And they're looking around, and because when you're in there, you feel the history. You feel how special and magical and amazing this whole thing is. And you're like, wow, I've made it here. Like, the golf and the tennis, like, it almost takes a back seat to all of it.
It's a lot like walking into the Gold Eagle Casino.
Very similar.
We talked about earlier. Hey, I want to ask you, though, the menu. And there's a lot's made of the prices and the sandos and what you can get. What about the menus when you were there?
Well, I sent Colson an updated photo.
Egg salad, like, gross, $1.50.
Bottle of water, $2. Beer's like $5. You know, a sandwich is $2 or $3. So a buddy of mine was offered air quote free tickets to a ball game the other day. You know, Jays Dodgers rematch the World Series, and he says to his buddy, "Okay, well, I'll get the beers." Little did he realize it was $19 a pop.
Yeah.
To get a cold one. You go to Augusta, you get a beer, a sandwich, and a snack for under $10.
Okay, what's the best sandwich on the board?
Well, you got to get a pimento sandwich if you go to...
Okay.
What is that? Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. You just eat it, and you're like, I did it. You know, it's one of those things. You go to Wimbledon, you got to get a strawberries and cream. At least at Wimbledon, you know what a strawberries and cream is.
Yeah.
But just one of those things you do because that's what you have to do.
Like, you know, is it a meat? Are we like? What are you eating? Are you eating raccoon? What is it?
Classic pimento cheese sandwich is a creamy, tangy southern staple made by mixing shredded sharp cheddar, mayonnaise, cream cheese, diced pimentos, and spices.
What the heck's a pimento?
Mentos.
Pimento.
Do you know what a pimento is? Colin Lovequist?
Isn't it the piece of the olive, the red piece of the olive?
That sounds made up.
It's pepper. It's a pepper.
Yeah.
It's a pepper, yeah.
It's a pepper.
Red pepper.
Olives.
All right. We like educational program. Okay, I'm thinking if I go when I want to go, I don't know if Mrs. S is listening right now. I think I want to go to day one Thursday. I don't want to go to the part 3. I don't really want to go Tuesday practice round. Any advice in that? You're shaking your head.
When to go? Practice round?
Go to a practice round.
Okay.
For a few reasons. One, everybody's in the best mood. The players are relaxed. You get on the fairway, you're on the 4th fairway, and there's Jason Day, and he'll just drop a ball. And he'll tell his caddy, okay, let's try the 6-iron. And he hits the 6-iron. It doesn't really work. And then they try the 7-iron, and the 7-iron doesn't work. And then they'll try the 5-iron. The 5-iron doesn't work. And then he'll just look over and say, hey, Barney, Sharky, you got a better idea for me? Because everything we've done here doesn't really work.
DOD, driver off deck.
Everybody's in a laid-back mood. The thing about Augusta, too, like the Masters, is that, like, the players are caught up in it. It's every week. It's a new course, a new city, a new town, a new whatever track. But there's something different about the Masters. And so you can take a camera onto the course. You can, during the practice round, you can't during the tournament. And the thing about the Masters is you actually want to follow the golf. It's impossible to do that when the tournament's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, here. I know you know this, Arash. Trivia for
Okay, I'm ready.
Colson and Sharky. So when they're doing the broadcast, they don't call them fans.
They're guests.
Nope, wrong.
Nope.
Patrons.
Patrons, correct.
Patrons.
They don't say rough. They say
Second cut?
Second cut. Yeah.
second cut. I think you're cheating.
No,
Colson.
I've just seen so many Masters things this week.
It's not sand trap. It is a
Bunker.
yep. Not back nine. They use
Second 9.
Really?
and they don't use driving range.
Practice facility, practice range.
Tournament practice area.
Oh.
They don't use. That's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
So, Arash, if I hear you right,
Yes.
go to the practice round.
Go to the practice
pimento.
round.
Go to get the pimento sandwich.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
And just like soak
just
it all
enjoy
in.
the day.
Take it all
Yeah.
in. Be present. Like one of the things about going to the actual tournament is you can't take your phone. So they literally won't let you on the golf course. You go through a metal detector, boom. Okay, no, you got to go back to your car. Well, I didn't drive. Well, that's your problem. You can't get in then. So you are the epitome of having to be present. You're not texting anyone. You're not taking any pictures. Friends are like, this is how throwback Augusta can be. There is a little drugstore off Washington Avenue that
like
during
dispensary
Masters,
or like drugstore.
drugstore,
Okay.
CVS, Walgreens, whatever. They bring in hundreds of disposable cameras. Remember those?
Yes. Yeah.
And you can go buy them because those you can bring onto the golf course to try and capture a memory with a friend or whomever you're
What
with.
did I tell? I've
Wow.
told this story to both of you on our PGA Championship in 2009. You weren't allowed to take phones in. And so the fellas went to the practice rounds. I didn't go until Thursday. And they said, well, we can't take photos. Like, it was BlackBerry days. You can't take them in.
Yep.
It was at Hazeltine
Right.
in Minnesota. And I said, okay, fine. Go get a disposable camera, put it in a plastic bag, hide it somewhere, and we'll grab it on Sunday. Sure enough, hauled it out log, way in. Sunday, Harry, who's been on the show, and JB ran and got it. Bring it up so when Y.E. Yang sinks that putt and he's like this, you can see us all wearing the same shirt at the top. And who's got a camera? This bozo. And I'm
I love
snapping
it.
pictures illegally. Yeah, I was like, well, we can outthink these people. Boys, we're from the West Side. Let's just outthink it.
Sharky, if the guy next to you, if this whole radio media business sales thing doesn't work out for him, he's got a future in espionage.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Sign me up. Okay, last thing. It's been, I can't believe how long it's been since Mike Weir has won it.
That's crazy.
23 years ago, 23 Aprils ago. Wow. And for those of us of a certain vintage who remember watching that, it was literally edge of your seat stuff.
It was.
Like the putts he had to drain, blah, blah, blah. I think that, like, as sports traditions go, what Augusta has nailed is one, the dinner, the defending champion, the champion's dinner that happens at the beginning of every Masters week. The defending champ gets to pick the menu. All the former champions return. Everybody's in a green jacket. They all dine. And that every champion gets to play no matter what age if they want.
That's right.
Jose Maria Olazabal was out there today. Like, how cool is that? That these dudes, Gary Player was walking the course. You guys showed it. Jack was out there.
Hitting the crowd.
23 years ago.
Look at those
Mike-
slacks that Mike Weir's
yeah.
rolling in. The baggy pleated. You know what his master supper costs? You got to pay for it. It was upwards back then of $20,000.
So you can pick anything you want. You just got to buck up.
He
for
had
it.
elk. He had salmon, like a lot of Canadian stuff, Canadian beer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did it upright.
He did.
I'm sure he had some Mike Weir wine too. Like,
Was he? Did he have the?
Yeah, I think the
wine
wine came afterwards, didn't it? Wasn't the wine after the Masters? Yeah.
Okay, we only have a minute left, unfortunately, but I want to quickly go to my boys, the Blue Jays. How bad was that win? How bad was
Where did that come from?
How bad did they need the win against the Dodgers?
They just did. They'd lost whatever it was 6 in a row. The manager's getting ejected. Everything wasn't going right. Their starting catcher's down. 5 starting pitchers are on the injured list. And when they won, Vlad just kind of like looked up to the heavens like, oh, man, finally. It was the epitome of how badly you need this. Look, there's 145 games to go. But at some point, you need something to make yourself feel good coming to work. And they finally got that.
They had to get that monkey off their back, didn't they? They just needed to bounce. Yeah, they needed to bounce.
What about and this? One more thing, I lied. Max Scherzer and Alexander Ovechkin are good buddies.
Back from the Washington days.
Max Scherzer played a bunch of seasons with the Washington Nationals. They won a World Series in 2019. And yesterday, after the ball game, George Springer and Max Scherzer went over to the rink because Alexander Ovechkin and the Capitals were in town, and Ovi and Max are good buddies. Now, Max is 41. Ovi's of the same vintage.
Same genre.
Max is crazy. So you kind of put it all together, and there's something there.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. I got action on Patrick Reed. Justin Rose. Those are the only guys that are on the board right now. So cheer hard for those guys for me this weekend.
You got Rose in the 5 today? Is that what you got?
Today. But I got Rose Vegas slip last week too. Paper.
I got Nick Taylor, the Canadian kid, at 80-1, and Gary Woodland, whose first name I didn't know until earlier this afternoon. I got him at 60-1 So I was calling him Jerry. It turns out his name was Gary.
I don't even see him on the leaderboard here. Where is he?
Yeah, he was having a day. Now he's kind of falling apart.
No, he's tied for 10th, -1.
He's in the mixer. Don't worry about it.
Mixer.
Lots of golf left.
Leave Jerry alone. Sharky, leave Jerry alone.
Him and Taylor are tied. They're both -1. They're tied for 10th. It's a good spot.
Got him right where we want him.
That's right. Sitting pretty.
All right, bud. Have a good weekend.
You too, guys. Enjoy
See you
the
later. Cool.